This is Mathe, a political statement.
The views in this podcast are not reflective of the producer or the production company. We're good. No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. All right. So today's episode, we are talking about drugs, not just the illegal kind. The legal kind, and in light of Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Who that is?
Yeah, it was Demi Lovato.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been living under a rock for the past week.
The feeling's mutual.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, in light of Demi Lovato, we thought we would just talk about drugs and their overall impact on society and the addiction versus disease debate.
Drugs, smoking, popping, the use of narcotics, and hallucinogens.
Is that a thing?
It's a song, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm just gonna read you the definition of disease, just to start off.
Wait, I'm coming in with prejudice, like.
It's your opinion.
Okay, cool.
And you answer questions.
Yeah. Drug addiction is not a disease.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
All right. Well, I'm going to read the definition of disease.
Sorry.
A disorder or structure of or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs or symptoms, or that affects a specific location and is not simply a result of physical injury. I'm going to read you a statistic real quick. More than 115 people die or overdose a day in the U.S. from opiates. Very specifically opiates.
Yeah, okay.
What are your thoughts on like the whole opiate crisis? Do you think it's because of pharmaceutical companies, or do you think that it mostly has to do with society?
Well, I've never really looked into a lot of like the opiate crisis, but I've heard it like thrown around a lot as like a point of Obama sucks, or
it started in the 1990s. Doctors were like, opiates aren't addictive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, no, these aren't this medication isn't addictive, and then doctors prescribed it en masse.
Well, yeah, that's really the only time I've ever heard of the opiate crisis was in reference to Obama sucking at being president. But that's just it might be due to the fact that we villainize drugs so much that we constrict it to where we make, like, reverse psychology wise, we make people want to do it more. So it could be a societal thing. Oh no, it
Is
could
that
be.
it? Okay.
It could be a societal
thing. Okay. All right. Keep it in. Let's see. Look at my notes real quick.
Okay.
I had some questions.
I'll just take a sip real quick.
Yeah. The Baltimore Health. What was her name? Her name is Dr. Leanna Wen. She's the Baltimore Health Commissioner, and she said treating addiction as a crime is inhumane. What are your thoughts on people that are addicts and that have been caught with like opiates that aren't theirs? I mean, people are saying no, don't treat it as a crime. Do you feel that it's a crime?
Well, that depends, because if
you're addicted to something, odds are you're going to do something illegal.
Well, hold on. You said something where it was they're caught with opiates that aren't theirs. If they bought or stole them, then yes, of course, that is a crime that in and of itself is illegal. But doing it in general, I don't agree with it personally.
Well, let's just say it's not opiates. Let's say it's heroin.
Now, we're not talking about Demi Lovato yet.
No. No. Bless you. Colby is in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Trying very hard to be quiet.
It's okay.
Colby has entered the building.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, no matter what drug it is, on one hand, yeah, we should be doing more to help the individuals get over their addiction. Like, I think I brought this up before, and it's like in Denmark where they have like specialized hospitals and stuff.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
It was either you or Nick.
It was definitely me. I think. Maybe.
Stealing Nick's credit.
No. He stole a quote from me, remember?
Oh yeah, he did. His first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, we could help addicts a lot better to get over their like mental shit, but ultimately we are putting away addicts because they are doing something illegal to get the drug, not for doing the drug.
Okay. Right. Regarding just overall treatment, do you feel that the government and maybe not necessarily like nonprofits, do you think that just America in general is doing enough? What are you doing?
Just keep asking your question.
Okay. Do you feel that America in general is doing enough to help the drug crisis?
Oh God, no.
No? What do you feel that we could do more?
Well, emulate Denmark first and foremost.
Okay. All right.
Emulate Denmark first and foremost, and then secondly, basically make it to where it's less looked down on if like you find yourself in that situation, and not like, oh, they're doing drugs, well, guess they're just a waste of space in society.
Okay.
And it's more like, hey,
you have a problem.
You have a problem, but you can like, you're not gonna ever get rid of it in your life, but it's always gonna be there. But you can like move past it to a degree.
Okay. Do you feel that the FDA has pushed certain drugs and then has ended up causing like the opioid epidemic or just more problems in society regarding drugs in general?
I've not heard that. Cite your citation, please. Question mark?
What was the question?
Do you feel that the FDA has pushed and like not encouraged a lot of drug use, but caused a lot of societal drug issues?
FDA being Federal Drug Association?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Never heard of them in my life.
You've never heard of the FDA?
Well, I've seen the symbol.
And it's not federal, it's Food and Drug.
Oh, okay.
It's the Food and Drug Administration.
Oh.
It's actually the Federal Dank Administration.
Colby?
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I'm kind of joking here.
Okay.
It's just not a lot of people that I know of talk about drugs in general, so I guess they could have been, but it's also on the same level of like thinking the government like tried to bomb itself to go to war with some other country. It, in my mind, it's like on the level of like conspiracy theory, because
okay,
I don't know, it just sounds like there's no proof.
Okay,
we need solid.
All right.
I mean,
I'm gonna give did you ever watch Dallas Buyers Club?
No.
Basically, what it's about it's about a character that has contracted AIDS, and in the 1980s, the U.S. government wouldn't allow, I believe, interferon. And it helps.
Okay.
Dramatically. Granted, it can be very taxing on your body, just like any other treatment for a disease like that.
Well, I have AIDS. Better do heroin.
Okay. Anyway, but it was legal in Mexico. Are you signing to me? Okay.
You're a prick.
Anyway, yeah. Do you like not allowing the FDA has not allowed several things that like are legal in Europe? Cancer treatments for AIDS. We've had to create our own treatments for Hep C, like Harvoni, or for AIDS. We have the pill that you can take like once a day now.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very helpful, honestly.
No.
But
do you think they do it for money reasons?
Well,
once again, that's along the lines of conspiracy, but
yeah,
I'd like to know your opinion here.
They could. Like, businesses have no hearts. All they care about is the bottom line.
That's hurtful.
Like
As
big,
someone that's making this a business.
well, a big corporate. Well, to a degree, you need to not have a heart.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, whatever gains more money in the long run, they're gonna pursue. And I can see why some would think that they like aren't allowing shit from other places that would actually help in order to profit. But I have no other opinion on that.
Okay. Right.
It seems reasonable, but it also seems like kind of tinfoil hat-ish.
I get it. All right. Regarding big pharma, as they say, them creating medications, sort of along the lines as the last question. Do you think there should be a limit on how much they can produce, whether that's controlled by the government or the voter, so as to avoid things like the opioid crisis? Do you think there should be stricter laws for pharmaceutical companies and producing medications that they know or quote unquote don't know are addictive?
I feel like there shouldn't be more laws per se, but there should be more honest and openness about it, because I
But
feel
it's business.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, trust me on this. But I only say that because big pharma is very notorious for basically being like, oh, I had no idea I caused this drug fucking pandemic. Oh no. Well, oh well.
You think there should be held more liable?
Yeah, honestly,
Okay.
because most in government, I feel, or at least like a section of kind of shields big companies like that,
Okay,
because they kind of funnel the money in.
All right. So Colby has this written on the board, quote unquote, that dank shit. And regarding that marijuana.
Oh, marijuana. Oh boy.
You said I was doing something. Oh yeah. Sorry, Colby. Yeah. Reading over Colby's notes here. Do you feel that marijuana should be used more often in order to fight the opioid crisis and general things in general, like cancer, where it has been, I believe, proven? Right, Colby?
Okay, so do you mind if I get a mic very quickly?
Or
do you want me to wait?
Yeah, no. Let's go ahead. We'll splice it.
Okay, so here's the thing about marijuana is the cannabinoid in marijuana, CBD, actually does something very interesting and pretty rare, especially amongst natural chemicals. And what it does is CBD causes your cells to go through a process called homeostasis. And that's basically the cellular biological version of turning your computer off and on again. And so what that does is when a cancerous cell goes through homeostasis, it realizes it's cancerous and it kills itself.
What was the question one more time?
Do you believe that marijuana can help stop/slow down the opioid epidemic in America?
I mean, it could, honestly, but I feel like we need to, first and foremost, throw out this archaic idea that marijuana is a super dangerous drug, because it really isn't. And how about instead make it not a recreational drug or a drug really at all, and just make it to where it's a consumable product like CBD oil, where it's just the CBD from marijuana in like a buyable product.
Like cookies.
Precise. Well, no. I'm not saying put the weed in cookies and have us eat it. What I'm saying is basically make it to where The thing that is...
Hillshire Farms got a new crop.
What I'm saying is make it to where the part of marijuana that's like beneficial for us is most accessible, and then do away with
With the high part?
Exactly.
What about depression?
What do you
I'm
mean?
being the devil's advocate here for somebody that, like, from a user's, quote unquote, user's point of view, for somebody that uses weed. What would you? I mean, the CBD does that. Some people need the high, I guess, to fight depression.
That's more of a mental dependency
thing?
because trust me, as a former weed smoker, I used to use it all like awful. It was bad. I used to use it to feel happiness or elated, and I realized that I was essentially growing dependent on it. And you know how weed smokers all say that weed isn't addictive?
They're wrong.
It is, because everything's addictive. But
yeah,
I stopped using it because I didn't want to be dependent on it. And I understand that's not how it is for everybody. Like, it's not so easy to stop. But you can. It's an option.
All right. Let's see. Any other questions? So we talked about addiction and how you thought we could help with that. We basically mimicked Denmark.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're the one that said we basically mimicked Denmark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I was making an amnesia joke.
Oh.
Because of the pot.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. bad joke, but it's funny. All right. We've talked about the FDA and your thoughts on that. We've talked about Big Pharma and your thoughts on that. And we've talked about, quote-unquote, that dank shit, thanks to Colby.
We've touched on opioids, Demi Lovato... Sorry, heroin, I mean. And marijuana. Okay.
Question. Do you think that celebrities... I mean, if you're caught... Did they find like stuff at Demi Lovato's place when the cops were there? No clue. Okay.
I have no idea. I don't really care. I'm really only making a fucked up joke.
Yeah, no.
Because
I have a question based off of that.
Okay, go on.
Celebrities aren't held as accountable, especially when it comes to like drugs and stuff like that. Like she overdosed, she had heroin in the system, and yet the cops didn't ransack her place for drugs.
Oh, okay. I honestly
like if
thought
I mean, like if you were caught, if you were called in an ambulance for an overdose, I'm not saying that you would be. But,
continue. I don't get offended.
Okay. But the cops would question you afterward. Where'd you get the heroin? And then they'd want to search your place.
Of course.
But they don't believe they searched Demi Lovato's place.
Well, they could have, and they just didn't report it. Or as I understand the situation, she was basically like, hey, I'm addicted to heroin. And then, I guess, got a lot of support and a lot of flack for that. But anyway, the reason why I'm making a fucked up, stupid joke is because I am essentially parroting this idea that celebrities aren't people and that we hold them on such a high standard that...
We do, and I don't think we should.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. Okay.
On top of, I have dick friends and Colby's a Nazi.
We have some inter-host rivalry here in the show. All right, so we are going to take
Okay, he's not actually a Nazi. He's just the guy that gave them the gas.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here, and we have an advertisement coming in. So thank you for that, and we'll get back to you soon. Thank you for listening to Mathe, a political statement. Today's host was Sean. For all sources, social medias, and our donation page, see the description down below. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.